but you have an option. You can go back home. Because when you go to the continent, something that's really refreshing and relaxing is that you really don't have any pressure or any stress from white people and the system that they've created, because everyone around you is black. If things come up and you want to sleep in your bed all day, if things come up and you want to eat a tub of ice cream, that's absolutely fine. And you should actually do that. So in order to counteract the hormone cortisol and regulate your stress and hormone levels, be nice to yourself. Black women, I know a lot of us are affected by this. Like me, I'm affected by this. And when things are going on in the world that either affect you or affect your people, or something like traumatizing, or something that is weighing heavy on your mental or something like that, these are the times when you extend yourself grace in other areas, such as diet and exercise. If you don't feel like working out while things are weighing heavy on you, don't work out. You know, I mean, it's okay. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to integrate grace into your life. It's okay to figure out how to maintain yourself, and it's okay to be lenient with yourself, you know, because this is your life now. You're healthy for life now, so you don't have to do something every single day. If things come up and you don't feel like it, if things come up and you want to order a pizza, if things come up and you want to sleep in your bed all day, if things come up and you want to eat a tub of ice cream, that's absolutely fine. And you should actually do that so that you can find a way to maintain your life. You know, if you integrate those things into your life, then you'll find a way to maintain it. But if you try to completely X those things out, that's when you'll go back to them and you'll binge, and then you'll be back in your old life and you're not going back there anymore. I say extend yourself grace during this time. If you feel like you want to eat something that you really want to eat that thing. If you feel like you don't want to work out, don't work out. You know, during these times, we need to really pay attention to what we are feeling and really pay attention to the level of stress that is going on in our bodies. And stress also contributes to the hormone cortisol, and as cortisol raises, so does belly fat, because your body is feeling stressed, like something might happen to you, and it wants to make sure that it protects and insulates your organs, which are in your midsection, with fat, just in case something bad happens and you need that to survive. So in order to counteract the hormone cortisol and regulate your stress and hormone levels, be nice to yourself. Learn what are the ways that you manage stress well. Some people eat a few things that make them feel good. Some people rest more. Some people do yoga. Some people meditate. Some people journal. Some people block things out and just watching TV or chatting with friends. Some people do unhealthy things, like you don't need to binge eat, but you know what? It's okay if you binge one night. But yeah, be nice to yourself, extend kindness to yourself during this time, feel your emotions, try to find ways to deal with stress. And you know, I want to touch on this as well. Looking at the things that are going on in the media as regarding police brutality and the government and the injustices and things. And these things have been going on for centuries, okay? This is not anything new. The filming and the way social media is nowadays is new. What's going on is not new. It's just that we're so lucky that someone has the courage to record it and post it on the internet. But this is a great time to start considering if you really want to live here or not. Because like I said, I really want to start another channel so I can really just go into some personal things about Africa and relocating and the injustices towards black people and black economics and black empowerment and things related to mental health in the black community. But what I want to say is, I think now is a good time for people to start really thinking of, especially African Americans, like, isn't now like a good time for us to really think about relocating to the continent? Like, the continent has so much to offer. If you don't know, I've been to Ghana and Tanzania, West and East Africa. I'm in love with the continent. When I say I'm in love, the feeling that you get when you're on the continent, it's hard to describe it. So you need to go. And one day I'll compile my videos and pictures and experiences, and I'll do some vlogs so that you can see the real, because I wasn't in any fancy tourist hotels doing only bougie things. I was like living like a local, doing the most amazing things, having the most amazing experiences that have completely changed my entire life. So I really need to share those, and I just get happy thinking about it. I normally refer to Africa as the continent because it is the continent. Yeah. I want to relocate to the continent, and I want to live there, maybe live there half the time and then come back to the US half the time and live between the continent and the US, or live between the continent and the Americas somewhere. This is something that makes it, like, that solidifies it even more. Like, if I was ever on the fence about anything about living on the continent, which I'm not on the fence about it, because I know how amazing it is. I know how peaceful it is. I know the level of freedom. I know the feeling, the indescribable feeling that I get when I'm there. But if you were ever on the fence about whether or not it's a good idea to relocate to the continent, or to just travel to the continent and see what it's like, or to just consider that as an option, or to just think about your options, because you have options. You don't have to live in America. Like, you're privileged because you do live in America, and you are American, and you're so privileged you probably don't know how privileged you are, because we still live in America. So we can't really see how privileged we are until we go and travel elsewhere. But if you didn't know, you have options. You don't have to stay here in whatever state or city you're in. You don't have to stay there either. You can always move. So never feel like you're tied down to this specific society's rules, regulations, policies, procedures, and systematic racism that is deeply, deeply, deeply ingrained into the fabric of almost everything. It's just deeply intertwined and ingrained here. And it's hard to uproot that thing because it's been centuries in the making. But you have an option. You can go back home. You have another option. You can go somewhere else. You can live a different life. You can start over. You don't have to deal with this. And you don't have to deal with this on this level. It's just an option. It's just something nice to think about, maybe, you know, or something maybe different to think about, you know. You wouldn't have to deal with things that we normally have to think about in America as black people. Because when you go to the continent, something that's really refreshing and relaxing is that you really don't have any pressure or any stress from white people and the system that they've created, because everyone around you is black. And it's so like refreshing to see. It's so like relaxing. I don't know, there's some type of pressure that comes off of you when everyone around you is black or everyone around you looks like you. You just feel relaxed in some way. I can't even describe it. But it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling. I have to have that. I have to have that feeling. I deserve. Not only do I need to have that feeling, I deserve not to be stressed out on this level. And that's why I don't watch the news. So actually, I don't know the full extent of what happened. I haven't watched the video. I can't. I'm too sensitive. I'm too sensitive to those type of issues. So I can't watch the video, and I don't watch the news or TV because it's just too negative for me, and I don't like to let that type of information into my... No, I can't. I haven't watched the news in so long, and I don't plan on watching the news because I control what comes in. You control what comes in. And so I try to control it, but I know what goes on because of Instagram and because of social media. Look out for your mental health. Health isn't just healthy eating and exercise. Health is stress management. Health is doing things that make you feel good, doing things that make you happy, striving to be the happiest that you can be. So when you are approaching and when you are on your health and fitness journey, remember to include mental health, to include stress management, and to try to include other things around being happy, because that is a big part of health as well. Let me take my last sip. This last sip is for George Floyd and all of my ancestors who have suffered and are now resting in peace. I don't feel like I fully got all my emotions or feelings out in this video. I still feel heavy. I still feel something, but I feel a little bit better. I've been dealing with the emotions myself, trying to numb myself from the pain, but acknowledging it, making this video makes me feel better. But I have some questions. What do you think is the solution to this type of problem of police brutality, of racism? What do you think is the solution? And have you thought about moving to the continent? Let's talk to each other in the comments. Again, I'm Blossom, helping you to slowly unfold and bloom like a flower. What does that mean? That means slowly make changes in your life so that you can have long-term success in health and fitness. When you try to make changes too quickly, they usually won't stick around. But when you slowly unfold, when you slowly give yourself a chance to open up properly, give yourself a chance to learn from the mistakes, to educate yourself, to see how things work, then you'll have long-term success. Slow and steady wins this race. You will have long-term success. Go slow. You can find me on Instagram at Bloom with Blossom. You can join my live virtual fitness classes at the Bloom Bootcamp. It's lit. I hope you're doing well. I do. I hope you're doing well. We are all doing our best. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to feel rage, fury. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to feel some type of way towards white people. It's okay to feel whatever feelings and emotions you are feeling. Try to manage and try to deal with those emotions and feelings in the healthiest way you can. I absolutely love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. And that's why I can't wait to be able to live between the continent and other places that I want to be. I'm not going to be dealing with these type of stresses on a daily basis. I'm going to choose a stress-free life.